Mhm. Ooh, what? And y'all are muted. Boom. Hello. Welcome to Team Express ISA Best You Business, a Zoom meeting. We're here every Monday night at 5:30 p.m. PST, which means it's 8:30 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. And I just want to welcome you all. My name is Debi Beebe. In case you can't see my big old name right there in my screen, I'm really excited to be here tonight. We have got some amazing stories. We have an amazing guest. And I usually start off with recognition, which I will jump into right after. I'm actually going to jump into our first story of the night. And I know that Jeff Beebe wants to introduce the first story of the night because there's reasons why we're doing it this way. Then I'm going to go back to recognition. I'm going to pull up some 30-second story. We're going to call on people, and then we're going to have our guest speaker on. So welcome. Get your pens and papers ready. Get your ears ready. Get your mind right. But mostly get your heart lit up, because that's what we're here to do, to serve one another and just hold a nice, safe spot in our hearts for each other. I love this team so much. You guys are just amazing, and you're doing the thing that does the thing that does the thing, and it makes me so happy. So without further ado, I'm going to let Mr. Bam Bam, 8-star Golden Circle, 9 or 10-star Crystal Executive, I can't remember, millionaire number 244 in the other half of a couple of the year. Take it away, baby.
What's up, team? You know what, you guys just rock. Every single one of you guys showing up, and just to look at where we are in the world right now and everything. But I just want to real quick introduce somebody, because, and you guys mainly all know him, but there's some new faces here and you may not, because he's got to get busy. And Yvette Cepeda, put it on, girl, put it on. Anyways, I wanted to recognize real quick for his accomplishments. And this is Mark Greer, guys, from Australia, right here, from Australia. He's one of our ISA Body finalists on this team. This team rocks. Team Express ISA Best You rocks. We dominate the ISA Body Challenge. And he's already got his $200 product. He's already got his $1,000. He's already got his $3,000. Now he's up for $25,000. And then the grand prize of $50,000. And we just want tons of support for him right now. And I'm going to let him hit on it right before his story. But this week, they're going to announce in Australia the winner. And I'm going to let him hit, but we're just so proud of him. He's a 2-star Crystal Executive on this team, and he's just represented this team to the fullest. I can't tell you, out of everybody, even us, I can't tell you somebody that represents the way he does. Not only with the hat, he speaks it everywhere he goes. If you haven't followed him, he's a pro athlete. And even on his skis now, he's a former pro athlete soccer player, but he races skis now. He'll tell you what it's called. The canoes, the long canoes, whatever they are, that you see in the Olympics. But they're badass. And he has Isogenics logos over the whole thing. He represents like no tomorrow, and he's part of this team, and he's building it. So Mark, tell a little bit about that. And then I want you to go right into the story, because he has to jump off early because of Zoom with all the ISA Body finalists with corporate. So kaboom, there it is. And he's going to put this in the team page, what I'm holding up here. Go ahead, Mark Greer.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Can you hear me, everybody? Yeah. No, great.
Yes.
Yeah, as Jeff was saying, you know, we've got a Zoom for a rehearsal, if you like, for the ISA Body final announcement. It's actually in 3 weeks, Jeff, but it's getting closer, which is great. But yeah, it's been delayed a few times for the COVID, but they're finally coming down and going to make the announcement in a few weeks. So for all the new people that are on today, you know, this is what the beauty of what we do with Isogenics is. We just find a way. No excuses, you just find a way. So I've been able to jump on for the first half of the team training, and then I'll jump off and I'll jump on another Zoom with corporate. So that's the key, guys. You either find a way or find an excuse. And as Jeff was saying, yeah, it's been a great journey, 2.5 years in now, and it just keeps getting better. So I can't thank everybody, the team, Monique's on my team, which is fantastic, but all the support, the community is fantastic. And it's whether we're on each other's team or whether we're not, even outside of Team Express, there's been so much support. So this is what I love about Isogenics and the community. So I guess, Jeff, I might jump into my story. Is that okay?
100%. Take it away.
Cool. So guys, if it's all right, I'd just like to share my story. So about 3.5 years ago, I was 53 years old, and I realized that I was in a place in my life where I never thought I'd be. I was suffering depression. I was the heaviest I'd ever been, and I thought, geez, what am I going to do? So for 12 months, I thought, well, I always felt the best when I was exercising, when I was healthy, or what I thought healthy was back then. I started to try to go back to my old training grounds when I was a footballer, and my body just couldn't take it anymore. So I yo-yoed for 12 months, put a bit of weight on, lose it, put it back on, and it really started to affect my mind. And then Jeff reached out to me and said, Mark, trust me for 30 days. Get this nutrition into you. I know what this will do to you. So I trusted Jeff. I'd been following him for a few years. We'd met a few years earlier. Once I got this nutrition into my body, this calorie-controlled, nutritionally dense system, everything changed. Within a week, I'd lost a few kilograms. I was feeling better, I was sleeping better, and more so my mind, my positivity, I could see that this was working. Another week, another couple of kilos, and I felt $1 million. So I just said to Jeff, mate, talk to me about this business, because I'd been looking for something. And with the support of Jeff and Debbie and all the team and all the training and everything, I just got to help more people be healthy. And I really started to learn that 80% of it is about nutrition, the community, the support, and that then led to the Isobody finalist and the Isobody final, and making a really good residual income, and it's building. So I will one day do this full time, and that's one of my goals. Obviously, to win the Isobody final, be another member of the Isobody team in this Team Express, because I think we've got a few finalists. So I'm just trying to keep that tradition going in Team Express. And so, anybody that's on this call today could be the next Isobody finalist. So guys, that's my story, and I just hope that you just stick at it, because it's well worth it.
There you go.
Woohoo!
That's how it's done down under.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Mark, and your story, the passion behind it. And you heard, if he was telling that story to somebody, you heard his dip. You heard his dip. And this is crucial, to dip into your pain point, and then pull out of it. And when people feel the dip, because everybody's been in a dip. Everybody, myself, all of us have been in a dip. And you can relate some way, shape, or form. So, and then he just hit on the business aspect, and he is impacting people's lives every day. And we appreciate you, Mark. Great story. And I'm going to let Debbie take it away. And then if you have to jump, good luck. And no luck, you're going to smoke it and win it. And we're going to I'm going to ask everybody, this next 3 weeks or 3 weeks, whenever it is, dude, comment on his stuff. Go in the Isobody. If you're not part of the Aussie Isobody Challenge group, go in there, request to be a member. Comment on Mark's stuff. Do whatever you can. Let's lift him up and let corporate know what he's done for this team, because we appreciate you more than anything. You talk about depression. You have given back to all of us so much. So thank you for that.
Thanks. So Jeff, it's the 30th of October. So it'll be the 29th for yourselves. That's when the announcement is. Okay.
Will you do me a favor and put the picture and everything and all the information on the team page? Thank you.
Guys, thanks team.
All right.
Thank you, Mark. That was fantastic. And who's fired up? Who's fired up? Really, seriously. I'm so fired up. This is so exciting. And if it weren't for COVID, we would be right there watching them announce Mark. Goodness sakes. All right. Okay. I'm going to start with recognition. I'm going to go into recognition. And what do you do when I do recognition? Yeah, you get excited. Yes, you do. All right. Let me move some of my little things here. All right. Here we go. We had 9 rank advancements this last week, and that is a clue. And I just want to read the sponsor's name and then read the new rank advancees name. I always think it's really important to give the enrolling sponsor some accolades, right? Because they're doing the thing that does the thing for all of us, and that's building business and really showing off, showcasing what Isagenix has to offer for everybody. We've got health, well-being, and wealth creation. Uh-oh, so my little laptop, my screen isn't big enough, so I'm trusting that you're applauding. All right, here we go. We have sponsor Ingrid De Silva and new consultant Rashini Hussein. Sponsor, wow, Ingrid De Silva, and consultant is Sandra Ismail. Sponsor, Alvi Shepard, and consultant is Andy Jarvis. Sponsor, Nicole Brunetti, and consultant is Sahib Melam. Sponsor is Beth McLaughlin, and new consultant is Valerie Parham. Sponsor, Rhonda Buley, and new consultant is Lisa Stanfield. Sponsor, Andy Jarvis, and new consultant, Andy Arena. Sponsor, Eric Holm, and new consultant is Mark Pagano. And sponsor, Renee and Mike Caney, and new consultant is Leslie Murray. So congratulations. That is so fantastic. And, you know, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means these people are on their way to that Mexico trip, which we're going to talk about next. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my isagenixbusiness.com. I am not going to stay in there that long, FYI, because we've got some stories to get onto, and then our guest speaker. Hey, pumpkin spice, banana. Which one, guys? Which one? Pumpkin?
Both.
Banana.
Both.
Both. Oh my gosh, limited. I don't know.
I'm gonna mix them together tonight.
Oh, that's interesting. That'll be really good. All right, so limited edition. When it's gone, it's gone. I've been having a pumpkin shake every morning. A banana shake every morning, and pretty much a pumpkin shake every night, or vice versa. And we're blowing through our shakes. I got 15. So I need to go back in and order a few more before it's gone, because when it's gone, it's gone. Mad dash to Mexico. All right, who's going to Mexico? Yeah. Did Frankie's hand raise? I can't see. All right, here's the lowdown, which I shouldn't be having to read to you guys, but I'm gonna do it just because that's who I am. I'm super nice. Qualification period is September 27th. Ooh, that passed. So it started then, goes through November 14th. The trip takes place December 9th through the 12th. And guess what? We're going to go as a team. We're going to celebrate as a team. We're going to have fun as a team. We're going to be on the beach as a team. We're going to be in the water as a team. We're going to hang out as a team, and we're going to have an amazing time. Now, if for some reason, I don't know, you don't have a passport. I have no idea why somebody wouldn't have a passport. Get your passport. Start it now. Tomorrow. Call. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. If you can't go for some reason, then Isagenix is going to give you $600 cash that you can spend for the holidays. Who doesn't want an extra $600, right? Enroll 5 new members with 100 BV or more on Lifestyle Rewards, aka auto ship. Help 5 people rank advance. That's 4 consultants and 1 manager or above. So let me just see hang on, I got to get out of this screen. Let me just see a raise of hands. Who's going? Who's on it? Nice. All right. Perfect. Love it. Okay. We will see you there. And then I like to always talk about the ISA Foundation. We had our give back last Tuesday or Wednesday. We had our global give back, and we did Ronald McDonald House within this team. Thank you everybody for playing full out, whether you got something off the wish list for Ronald McDonald House in your area, because we put up those links for, whichever Ronald McDonald House you wanted to give back to, and or cash or time if with the new way things are if you could even go in and give time. Thank you for doing that. We chose Ronald McDonald House because it's all about family, culture of family, and helping and serving parents and kids, and it's global, and so is Isogenics. So that's why we as a team chose Ronald McDonald House. Next thing I want to talk about is I did talk about Super Sammy this morning. We're going to talk about more of that next week for our next give back. Super Sammy is spectacular. There's another S word. I love it. And then I want to just tell you about pumpkin picking. All right. So pumpkin picking, go to isogenicsbusiness.com and hit pumpkin picking. You'll see it on the list. And what it is you'll hit a link and it is submitting your nomination of somebody in Isogenics in your team maybe, or in Isogenics, the bigger picture, to be the heart of Isogenics. You only have through the 15th to pick your nominee and put them in there. So make sure you do that because that's really important, you know, team camaraderie, right? Go pumpkin pick your pumpkin. And let's see, it's not letting me move my screen. There we go. But that's the gist of what I've got for you for recognition and for isogenicsbusiness.com. Make sure that you are looking into your emails. Make sure you're very savvy and into isogenicsbusiness.com because that is the backbone. And then we have isobestyoutraining.com for team training for duplication. Tonight, we have our 30-second stories continuing. So we taught the 30-second story, the importance of a 30-second story with the format of before Isogenics. I was blah, blah, blah. I was introduced to Isogenics by blah, blah, blah. What I found with Isogenics was, or what happened for you, blah, blah, blah. And I now know that it is my mission to blah, blah, blah. That's the format. That's all it is. And Jeff talked about a dip. You want to, you know, before Isogenics, you can say, I was hurt, I was broken. I myself, I was forced retirement from my job because I had to have back surgery. And that really bummed me out. Like I could start my story there, or I could say I was trading, you know, hours for money and I had no more hours in the day. So I was capped at the money that I was making and I didn't even have a retirement. So I can start anywhere with a 30-second story, and we've been teaching that, and we get to hear from those that volunteered to tell their 30-second stories last week and this week. And I know that Stephanie Mazzella has the list, and she's just going to go ahead and call on you. Take it away, Steph.
All right. Okay. Well, Mr. Mark Greer, check, he's done. So next on the list, we've got Christina Barber. Unmute and let's hear that 30-second story.
All right, here we go. Many of you probably haven't heard me ever speak. Here I am. Is it okay if I share my story with you all? All right, here we go. I grew up in a health conscious home, which helped me keep fit until I hit my mid-40s. And with all those hormonal changes that happen at that stage, divorce, a very stressful one, and a very demanding job, I just started packing on the pounds no matter what I did, no matter how much I exercised or cut calories, I was just gaining like crazy. So I tried different fitness programs for years and they'd help me lose the weight to a certain point, but just never all of it. I just could never get to the fitness level that I was before. And I just, this was just so frustrating. I felt defeated. I felt depressed. I hated the way I looked and I felt like I barely had enough energy to get through my day. So I just gave up. And then my friend Andrea just called me out of the blue, and she was working for a health and wellness company, and she suggested I try some of the products that she was using and selling. And I was hesitant at first. I was kind of leery. I wasn't sure, since I had been brought up in a home that was very health conscious. But I finally just decided to do it, and I was so grateful that I made that decision because these products have literally changed my life. I'm breezing through my days, my stressful days, and I've just got loads of energy. I feel like I can run a marathon every day, and I mean that literally. And I've just finally lost those stubborn inches just within a couple months, all around my midsection. And I just love how easy this system is. And I've never felt better, looked better. And I'd love to see you and look and feel your best, because you deserve it. And check these out.
Yes, some
Okay.
guns there, girl. You got it.
That was
Woo!
amazing.
Yes. That's a Debbie Beebe, like that's like buns and guns. It's not Debbie.
I'm proud of those now.
Woo!
Still got another month though to go before the end of my ice body challenge.
Well, I can't wait to see those
Perfect.
after photos. You better post them. That's gonna be amazing. All right, thank you so much. All right, next we've got Ruth. Ruth. There she is. Hey, unmute yourself.
Hi,
We are
everyone.
ready. Hello, hello.
Hi. You get to finally hear my voice as well, Christina. So you weren't alone. Okay, so I would love to share my story with you. My name is Ruth. I live in New York. I'm a New York Public School Secretary by day, and I'm a health and wellness consultant every day. Before Isogenics, I struggled with weight loss for about 23 years. I had trouble sleeping, I was depressed, and the most important thing was that I lost a lot of motivation, and I would always sabotage myself constantly. One night, I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw a post from an old friend. I got curious, and I decided to reach out. As it turned out, the conversation we had struck a chord with my struggles, and I decided to just take their offer on helping me. I started with one of the weight loss packs, and I tell you, it was the best decision I ever made. I'm so grateful for the post. I'm grateful for myself for actually taking that healthy step to changing my life. I've lost 25 pounds so far. I've been able to sleep without getting up 2 or 3 times in the middle of the night. And with Itogenics, what's really most important to me, the products are amazing, but I've been held accountable for my process, for my progress. And that's because I have a fantastic group of individuals, starting with my coach, Frank Hernandez, who really rally behind me as a team and motivate me. They push me and they support me every single time. I attest to my failures in the past due to going at it alone. And now I'm not alone. I can honestly say that between the products and how they've changed my health and given me the energy along with the massive support I have with all these fabulous team members, it has taught me that it's okay to have people to support you and to stand beside you. So that's what I would love to be able to do for you and with you. And I would really, really love it if you can just be a part of my team and just live a healthier life with everyone that I know.
Wonderful. Love it. I can see you guys being, on another Zoom. Hint, hint, wink, wink. That maybe happens on Tuesdays. Food for thought, food for thought. You guys are practicing. We're warming you up. Okay, next, I've got Joel Williams. There you are. I see you.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. My name is Joel, for those of you who don't know me, and I would like to share my story. Before I found Isogenics, I was feeling tired, heavy, and drained. And I've always been in pain because I was born with a cracked back. And so I've had back issues my entire life. And as of 2 years ago, I got a divorce. And so I've gone through a lot of stress and anxiety and just, eating a bunch of crap that I didn't need. And I have been in contact with one of my good friends, Jeff and Debbie, which you guys all know. He reached out to me and he basically just said, eventually you'll end up doing this. And so he was really, really patient with me. And I was really inspired watching them help so many people over the 2 years that I didn't do anything. And I was just watching them. They were consistent. They're just helping people and watching the recognition, and just the whole support of the community and everything has been amazing. So I was inspired and I decided to actually finally take that leap less than 3 months ago. And so that's how I've been on it. And I've already experienced massive boost in my energy levels. And I've released over 35 pounds. And I'm just happier every single day, every day. And I love getting the calls from Jeff checking in on us. It's amazing support and something I've never experienced before. So I really feel like part of the family. I've tried a lot of things that didn't work for me. And I'm just grateful that Jeff introduced us to us. And now my fiance, Ronnie, she's supposed to do her story, but she's gonna have to do it next week. But it's so simple that anybody can do it. Even kids can do it. It's that simple. So I'm super excited that I finally found something that I can believe in and I can live by. And I actually have results that I can show off. That's also something else that I haven't been able to have with everything that I've been through. It's like you try something, it just doesn't work, or you lose a little bit and you just yo-yo and it comes back up and it's like, I thought I had this, but now I can't. So having the results and the support and everything is just amazing. So I'm well on my way to achieving my goals and getting those goals for our upcoming wedding next April. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. That's
Dun,
awesome.
dun, 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 dun. Oh,
Fantastic.
Dun, 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 dun. Yep. I love it. All right. Okay. I have Gina Van Dorn, but you're not doing it. Not tonight. That's okay. Because I couldn't remember. I thought, did you do it last week? No. Did you? No. You're doing it next week.
I had surgery last week, so.
That's right. Gotcha. I know. I'm like, I have your name down, but I don't think you're going this week. Okay. Next up, we have Donna Sloda. Woo! I'm so excited. Come on, girl. Unmute. There you are.
I forgot about this, but I'm just gonna do it.
There you go.
Just jump right in. Hi, I'm Donna. Can I tell you my story? I'll make it short and sweet. I had a neighbor from New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. I had a neighbor who I watched lose a lot of weight. Who was a stay-at-home mom. And she came to me and said, I have this product. I said, what happened? I have this product that I'm using that is guaranteed to help you look and feel amazing, take toxins out of your body. And I'm a stay-at-home mom making $2,000 a month. I was like, she's like, do you want to try it? I was like, yeah, hey, why wouldn't I, right? To tell you, both of my parents died young of cancer. My mom was 59 with ovarian and my dad was 66 with pancreatic. And at the time, no, we didn't know why everybody was dying of cancer. And, you know, the idea of just taking something delicious and getting rid of all the toxins out of your body, that really appealed to me. I'm like, that sounds like a really good thing. So I want to try this. So I fell in love with the products. Oh my God, I just love them. This was a few years ago. I ran the New York City Marathon the first time without the products, the second time with the products, and I took over an hour off my time from the ants line. And just having good nutrition in my body, in my system, it just performed at its best. And I'm in my 50s doing this. I never felt better in my life. I never had more energy. I just feel really good. And now you add in the collagen and the stress reliever. I mean, this company just has it all. And the community. I mean, I just recently got out of a long-term relationship last year, and I really don't have a lot of family besides my son. And now you guys are my family, especially, you know, my group of women here, and Jeff, and just everybody. I'm just so grateful for everybody. And I know I want to help as many people as possible. And I don't want to work in offices anymore. And I know this is my future where I can support myself. And this is the answer for me, for everybody I know and love, to help them and to be financially secure. So it's a win, 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 win. Thank you.
Woo! See, off the cuff. That's perfect, because that's what you got to be able to do, off the cuff. I love it. You've practiced though, so that's good. You sounded great.
I didn't practice,
but you've
That's
practiced
just from my
before.
heart.
You've practiced before. You've been doing it on. Getting better every day, girl. Love it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. That's my list.
That flew by. Okay,
I
so
know.
next week we have Ronnie, we have Gina Van Dorn. I have to say Gina Van Dorn. Everybody calls me Debi Beebe. They never just say Debbie. So I get it, Gina Van Dorn. And then, so Ronnie, Gina Van Dorn, and then Susan Trudell next week. Okay. Do we have anybody else that wants to give it a shot while we're doing this? All right, Man of Steel. Awesome.
Woo!
Fantastic.
I'm putting you down. You're in there.
Yeah, you're
And
in
Claire.
there. And Claire.
Claire.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yay!
Okay. All right. I'm taking notes. Man of Steel.
Got it.
Okay.
We'll
I
have
wrote
5
man.
next week.
I wrote man, Dana.
Man.
That's my shorthand. Man.
Man.
All right. Perfect. Okay, then. Does anybody else want to jump in for that? Not yet, huh?
Frazier?
Oh, Janessa. Janessa, were you on the list?
And
I feel
Emily.
like you
Emily
were on
raised
the
her hand
list.
too.
Emily.
All right.
All
Okay. So
right.
we've got Emily, Janessa, Claire, man.
Man.
Man. I'll tell you what, does any of you who just said next week, do any of you want to do it right now? Dana, let's do it.
Woo! Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
Can I tell you my story? So before Isogenics, I have a story. It's kind of like a rags or riches to rags to riches. I was rich in health. I was a veteran in the United States Navy, great health, ran SWAT teams, had the respect of all my kids and all my peers and people who worked for me. I retire, take a sedentary job, and before I knew it, I was packing on the weight. I was tired all the time, avoided the camera, and I didn't do any activity with my family, and I lost their respect. I was depressed. I went from this guy way up here to I felt like this guy way down here. I'm on Facebook one day. I see my younger sister. She looks like she's back in high school. I call her up. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? She starts telling me about Isogenics. I'm super skeptical. I talked to her for about a month, and then I decided to do it. I left out an important person, my daughter. She'd been obese her whole life, and it was my fault. I felt like I didn't help her growing up to be healthier and that I caused her to be obese. So my wife said, get Julie to join you. I said, Julie, let's try this. Hey, maybe we'll lose a few pounds. She signs up with me. Within the first 2 weeks, we lost massive amount of weight. We were waking up before our alarm clock. We were like two little chatty schoolgirls. When we got together in the house, we drive my wife nuts. She had to leave the room. She couldn't take the energy. And we started running. We both made it to the 100-pound weight loss club in Isogenics. They put us on a stage in Tennessee in front of like 15,000 people, a moment I will never forget the rest of my life. We feel great today. We've both been on the program for over 3 years. We've kept the weight off. We're runners. We're running 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, you name it. And I absolutely love this lifestyle. And my mission in life is I'm a network marketing professional. I'm out here to touch as many lives as possible because we have a quality product in 26 different markets around the world. And I'm going to keep on sharing this because it's like the fountain of youth. And who would want to keep that a secret?
Yeah.
Bam, that's how it's done, Dana, right there.
Bam is right.
It's your first time sharing your story, Dana, right? First time ever.
I love your new career.
Yes. Awesome.
Gosh darn, that's fantastic. All right. Thank you, man. Man of Steel, Dana, that was awesome. All right, so we're going to move right along onto our guest speaker tonight. How many of you were on the call this morning that I trained on this morning and had a guest speaker? Awesome. You know, sometimes we need to hear things a couple times or 10. And you might be hearing some stuff that you heard on the call this morning, but that doesn't matter because there's fresh ears or maybe a fresh heart, a renewed heart for this to land on. So I'm just gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump in with what I said on the call this morning. Our very first executive, mine and Jeff's very first executive on our team was this beautiful, beautiful woman that we actually have known for a lot of years. She was a friend of our daughter's, and she is from Romania. She actually took our daughter to Romania for a couple weeks when she was, I think, 18 years old. And so we have history, right? We have history. But she called and she just thought she wanted to lose a couple pounds. That's what she thought. She's like, I only have a couple pounds to lose. And I'm going to school and I'm going to learn all about nutrition. I'm going to be this and I'm going to be that and da, 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 da. So she basically was one of these. Prove it. She known me for a lot of years. So note to yourself, everybody, you might have somebody in your life that you don't know that's going, yeah, prove it. You might have somebody that you know really well going, yeah, prove it. Don't take it personally. People don't know what they don't know. She had a definite aha, and then she ran with business, and nobody I know, pretty close, Jeff Beebe and Jennifer Trinkner, can enroll value packs like this girl, because she would just say, this is what's going on with you. This is what you need to do. What's your credit card and where am I shipping it to? You have no choice. Boom. She's that girl. She's direct, but she's kind and has a big heart and wants to serve this team. So years and years and years ago, we had a physical call on Monday nights at 6 p.m. PST, where we would take 30 minutes and we had 3 people that would share their story, their 30-second story with the format, timed 30-second story with that format. And we'd get all of our guests on the call to listen to the stories. So we could let the thing do the thing, and we wouldn't be the tool, we would use a tool. And it was so effective, and those calls would blow up, and people love these calls. Well, they went away, and this beautiful woman called me one night and said, hey, I think we should do that again. And I want to do a Zoom. It'll be a difference maker Zoom. I'll do it on Tuesday night, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. PST, which is 9 her time, because she's on the East Coast. Put a couple people on every Tuesday night. You invite people. We're a team of integrity. She says 3 different times during the call, if not more. Get back to the person that invited you. So this is a huge tool that she has created out of her servitude, out of her serving heart for this team. And if you haven't been on supporting this tool, that I'm not going to say shame on you. I'm just going to say, why not? It's a beautiful time to collect other teammates' stories in case you have a call and your story they don't really care about, but you can pull out a story that they do care about because it's something that they're looking for and they can relate to, right? Get on those calls, listen to your teammates' stories, invite people. They're safe there. They might relate to one of those stories and want to know more. And that's going to build some big business. But I'm going to stop talking about all of that. And I'm going to hand it over to 2-star Golden Circle, 1-star Crystal Executive, Christina Potter.
Thank you. Oh my God, I love you. Every time you introduce me, I'm like, I get new moments. When I call, guys, I gotta add to her story. I love you. When I called her to send me her videos because I didn't know she had this magic system I thought she was a Tybo Debbie Beebe that just kicked ass because her and I worked at the gym and that's where we met. And I thought that's how she was helping everybody lose the weight. That's how great her Facebook posts were, right? I put all them. She didn't say isogenics anywhere. Gosh, no. She had no pictures of the shakes, no nothing. I'm like, can you send me some videos? She goes, it's not that, it's your nutrition. And I'm like, no, Debbie, I'm gluten-free, I'm dairy-free, I'm all like, she remembers the conversation. And she goes, no, it's your nutrition. I'm like, fine, whatever. It's 30 days money back guarantee. I get my sexy back or I get my money back, right? You guys shared your 30-second stories and you shared your weight loss and you've heard everybody's has weight loss stories, but I'm going to go into and tell you guys that there's financial stories 10 years ago, guys. And I'm not sharing my 30-second story, but I am because I want you to understand that now more than ever. And I keep saying that over and over. People are not just hungry for nutrition. They're hungry for freedom. Because they don't want to have someone else tell them what they should or shouldn't do with their time, with their families, with their bodies, with their health, with their life, right? And yes, you hear stories and we do welcome stories about weight loss, about energy, about running marathons, about all that stuff. But there's also stories about financial freedom. Guys, I knew nothing about network marketing 6 years ago. And you've heard me say this, when I turned consultant, Debbie turned executive and she got some bonuses. And I remember her sending me a screenshot with her getting paid $2,000 in a week. And she was so excited, right? She thinks that in a day now, guys. Like, just think about it. Just think about that, right? And when I started, I was literally so broke, I couldn't pay attention. Like I could not pay attention. And you probably heard that expression before, but I am telling you right now, our house had burned to the ground 4 years prior. And my husband and I have 5 kids. Right. And I was doing the mommy thing and he was doing the daddy thing and he was working his ass off and overtime to support us and to catch up with all the stuff we lost. And I wanted to contribute. But I had no time to go. I mean, I was going to school to become a nurse. I had 1 semester to go and I dropped out of school. My school counselor told me I was crazy. And at the end of the year, I went back and I showed her how much I made. I'm not saying this to brag. My first year in isogenics, I made $52,000. I went from doing nothing to $52,000 as a stay-home mom, not knowing what the heck I was doing. Why? Because I followed the system. Why? Because I believed in this team and what this company can do. And if I can do it, some, foreigner from communist Romania, anybody can, right? Like it's crazy to say that. And, I truly, truly believe, and you've heard this before, I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you this, but everyone deserves to experience a healthy, joyful, and abundant life. Guys, we have healthy, we have joyful, if you've been around all of us, and we definitely have abundant, right? I am with you at the beach house. My isogenics pays for my beach house. My husband pays for our mountain house. I pay for the beach house, right? So what is it that you want to do with your life? And what is your story? Did you make an extra $200 to buy your child's shoes? Did you make an extra $500 to pay for your insurance or your car payment? Or an extra $2,000 to pay for your mortgage or whatever it is you're paying for, or to just go out to dinner with your spouse, if you can go out to dinner wherever you might be in this country, right? It's, what is it? What's that number that you would like to make? And what's that number that you've made? Because other people are out there waiting and wondering, how on God's green earth can I make an extra $200 a week? How on God's green earth can I make an extra $500 a month? Whatever that might be. So if you've made that money, if you've paid for your isogenics, and blows my mind when people don't understand this. When you eat isogenics for free, that means all of the money that you've paid for food prior to starting isogenics it now goes in your pocket to do something else. Because Isogenics pays for you to eat for free. So if you're eating for free, that means you're saving money. Not just on your food, but on your other stuff that you've been buying, right? So have you done that? Have you been eating for free? Have you bought your kids shoes or paid for their tennis lessons or paid for their back to school book bags and whatever else? Or give them a gift that you couldn't otherwise? Did you buy them a car? Did you buy them a house? I don't know. Whatever it is, you have a story. I wanted a beach house. But first, I wanted to get healthy. And then I wanted to help other people get healthy. And then I'm like, I can make money doing this. I can help other people make money doing this. And most of you that know my story know that, what was it, 5 years ago? So I was only 5 years, no, I was a year and a half into Isogenics when my mother passed away. She was diagnosed with cancer and I stayed home with her and I got paid every month. So who do you know? Who do you know that has a loved one that might be in a hospital right now or might just gotten that call from the doctor? We're all one phone call away. Okay, preventive care is better than sick care. Financial planning is better than broke planning. So don't get there. And if you've put this Isogenics stuff in your system for a week, you have a story and your story deserves to be heard. Because if I share my story that I've been doing this for 6 years, it's like, oh yeah, she's been doing it since 6 years ago. Of course she has 10,000 people in her downline and she's making money. Of course she feels amazing because she's been eating this for all this stuff. I don't have 6 years to get to that, right? But you're in week 1 or month 1 or year 1 and you have a story. Like I said, you paid for your kids' shoes, you paid for your, a tank of gas and you don't have to put quarters in like I had to, right? I ate off of McDonald's dollar menu for months, which took a toll on my health, which therefore I couldn't eat anything without looking like I was 6 months pregnant every time I ate. So I'm telling you now, there are people out there that cannot afford to eat anything else, but we have a solution that can help them do that. And you have a story that deserves to be heard. So our Tuesday Zoom is just that. I was really heartbroken today when I went, because someone asked me for the video, and I went and I looked at like last couple of weeks and there was 0 views on our YouTube channels. 0 views on the Difference Makers calls on our YouTube channels. That is heartbreaking because we have the stories that can change lives. There are other Christinas out there. There's other Danas out there. There are other Stephanies and Donnas and Jeff and Debbie's and all of them out there. And they're praying for what we have, and we're just too lazy, too many excuses to share a link. Okay, if you've been a guest, use the crap out of that. Share that link and say, hey, you don't have to watch the whole thing. And this is what I would recommend you say. You can say whatever you want, but this is how I envision and how I use this tool, right? You don't have to listen to the whole thing, but you're free to do so. Get to minute 5 where my story starts, or minute 25 whenever your story starts. Or whenever somebody wants to lose 100 pounds and we have Dana, or somebody is going through financial stuff and we have Alvi's story. I mean, guys, Alvi's been on there a few times. His story had 1 view on our YouTube channel. Do you guys realize that we have an ISA body champion in our team that has taken time from his family to share with his, away from his kids, to share his heart out and let us know what Isogenics has done for us, for him. And he's using, we have that tool and we're not using it. This Zoom is out there for you to help you connect with people. People always say, it's like, I don't know how to reach out. Dana. I talked to Dana and he's like, I don't know, I have all these cold people and I don't know how to call them and I don't know what to say. Ask them to critique your video. ask them, it's like, hey, I was a guest on this Zoom and I had to share my story. Now this is after, right? I'm giving you ideas. You guys take them and do what you want with them. The main objective of this is to help you understand what this Zoom is for. This Zoom is for you to change lives. We are on a mission to transform people's minds, bodies, bank accounts, relationships. You'll have a healthier body. You'll think clearer without that mental fog. You'll have friends all over the freaking world, and you'll be able to buy your beach house or your dream car or whatever you want to do. And it's selfish of you to keep it to yourself. Please don't be selfish. This company is not about selfishness. It's about selflessness. And this team knows all about that. So you're on the Zoom, you're a guest, and you forgot to tell your friends to watch it, right? You're like, okay, don't worry about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot. I meant to send you the link to watch me last Tuesday, but I forgot, it skipped my mind. But I would love, love, love for you to share your input. Can you give me your opinion of how I did? What should I improve? Because I'm on a mission to change lives, and my story is how I want to inspire others, right? That's if they missed it. If they haven't missed it and it's coming up, ask them, hey, can you be on this Zoom with me? Can you can you support me? Because I'm doing this for the first time and I am nervous as heck. Because I remember when I first did it the first time, I was sweaty. I felt like throwing up. I was nervous, right? It takes practice to get better. And so say, hey, can I please see your smiling face? Can I count on you to have you on that little Zoom screen? Or if you don't want to show your face, that's fine. I just seeing your name there, it's going to make a difference. It's going to give me that confidence because I know you're there. So you're inviting people without saying, hey, I want you to get on my nutrition program. I want you to watch me do this and this and that. No, I would like for you to be there and support me. So this Zoom can be used 1,000,000 times over. And like Debbie said, I ask people to get back to the person that invited them. I'm not doing this Zoom so I can get your people to sign up with me or anyone else or Jeff or anybody else. I'm doing this because this call back in the days changed my life. It gave me the courage to share my story. It gave me the courage and the understanding that my story mattered. And I'm here to tell you that your story matters. Your story deserves to be heard. And yes, you might be shaking, and yes, your palms might be sweaty, and you might be throwing up your shake, not just spaghetti. I hope you don't. But if you do, that's okay. That's how you get through that fear, and that's how you grow. And we're all here to grow and help others grow the same. So I would love for you to brainstorm really quick, go down your downline, including yourself. If you haven't been a guest yet, let us know so we can put you on there. And there's no wrong or right. There's no script. I want you to share from the heart because people are going to know rather than say like, oh, before Isogenics, I was 202 pounds. And then I talked to Debbie and then I went down to 101 pounds. And now I want you to do 2. That would be a scripted story. And that would be no feelings, no nothing. But when you share it like Dana does, and like everyone else, I mean, because I'm looking here, I'm like, Dana's right there next to Debbie. I'm picking on him. But when you hear him talk, when you hear him talk about how he went, I wrote something and I was going to let him know. It's like to add something to his story. It's like, as the weight went up, your life went down, your health went down, right? So the weight went up and you lost yourself, right? Your self-worth went down. Because when you're talking about it, it made me think of that, right? So it's like, how many people are out there that are doing that? Guys, now more than ever, you have a golden ticket in your back pocket and you're not sharing it with the world. Our team has amazing tools, so use them. And with that being said, I would love, love, love to hear some nominations for who would like to share their story, because your story matters. I say that.
Oh, I
enough.
got one. I got one better on you, Christina.
Go for it.
I got one better on you. First off, I want to say this to be clear, because we have new people, we have seasoned people. The 30-second story, she's not saying that that's wrong, because that's formatted how Isagenix wants you to tell your 30-second story. And we always go with what corporate says first. She's talking about when you get on the difference maker, it's going to be longer than 30 seconds. And she wants you to put your heart in it, not just those words. And like we've been practicing and why we've said, rewrite it, rewrite it, rewrite it, and use those juicier words. It gives you the format and where to go with that. So I want you guys to know that, to be clear on that. She's not saying that that's wrong. She's just saying when you get on the difference makers, she really wants that heart. And that's why it's important to practice those 30-second stories and rewrite those 30-second stories and rewrite. So you really tap in to hear. And that's why that's important. The other thing, Christina, this morning, we talked, and one of the things that you talked about, which is really important to bring up right now, and then I'm going to challenge everybody right after she answers this. So don't leave. I know we might be a couple minutes after. Don't leave. I'll hunt you down. Christina made a point to me about how perfect imperfection is, because it shows people that they can do it. So Christina, do you want to add to that before I give out the challenge?
Yes, I definitely do. Guys, when you are authentic and you share from your heart, there is no wrong way. Your story will touch someone's heart. And I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. Every master was once a disaster. Everybody had to learn. And you are, I feel that when you're on that Zoom, if you are the ideal is to be compliant. But if somehow your heart goes out there and you say, oh, I did this and this and that, and it's not compliant, right? I will come back and I will say, we do not cure, treat, or whatever the compliant thing might be. So I want you guys to just be open. I want you to just understand that there is no perfect in sharing your story. And me sharing a story 5 days ago and sharing it today or tomorrow, it's gonna change. So just be yourself, share your story, overcome that fear, because you know what? It's not real. That fear is not real. It's something that happened. And mine it started in 3rd grade when I wrote a poem. And I wrote it, and my teacher thought that I actually copied it, like copyrighted it, and I had written it. So instead of taking it as a compliment that I had a good poem, I took it as an insult. And I never wrote another poem until I was in my 40s. So don't be that. Don't do that. Know that you have what it takes, and you don't have to be perfect to share it. And you'll come back over and over and just get better and better. And Debbie, yeah, I meant there is no script for the difference makers. There's nothing wrong with the script in the 30-second story. It's ideal. And we like the same structure. It's just a lot more elaborated.
Yes, a lot more elaborated without talking about, I love the reference to the Eminem movie, 8 Mile. I love that reference. It's just, I cooked a pot of spaghetti, and then I walked outside and I pet my dog, and then, oh, my horse was over there. He's so cute. And then my mom called, like, we practiced this to get rid of the noise wrapped around it that nobody really cares about, right? They just want to know how it worked. Can I do it? Will it work for me? That's what they want to know. So here's my challenge. Thank you, Christina.
Before you start your challenge, really quick, can I add something? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Because I want to put some food for thought out there for everybody who's on here, because there's 28 people on here. And if you guys have never seen any of them, if you've never visited any of and been on the calls for Tuesday night, I would encourage you all to go start watching them for yourself, because not only is it going to give you ideas, because you're going to hear a story that's going to remind you of someone that you know, It's also going to show you how doable it is for every single one of you, because each one of you could be on a Tuesday night Zoom. It's possible for you. So that's it. My piece.
Thank you. Thank you. And just a subtle reminder, how would that grow your business and grow your team, right? If you got on and you invited people, and if you were on, and like Christina said, you forget to send, an invitation to a friend of yours, you can send them a recording link. But how wonderful to advertise yourself, to let each and every one of us advertise you, to get people to that Zoom 5 days before, because we know you're going to be on. Like, I would love to know when my personally enrolled or anybody in my organization is going to be on, so I can promote the crud out of them, right? That's what we all should do for each other. So if you made a commitment to be on there, or one of your people made a commitment to be on there, we can talk about that and get people hyped for that. So now, not only send them a link later because you forgot or whatever, how about really promoting yourself, the team, and most importantly, what Isagenix has to offer. I just want to add on one little thing, that I'm going into the challenge, and you might have made $500. You might be a person that makes $500 an hour in another job. You might be a person that, has buku money, you're a trust fund baby, or you've made a lot of money in some business and you're like, yeah, I'm good. There's people in your life that aren't you. And this could be their opportunity. And that's why when Christina said, don't be selfish. Think about who in your life you could be giving the gift of a business to change their life, giving them that opportunity, mind, body, soul. So don't be stingy. Myself came out there. Don't be stingy. All right, here's my challenge.
You look something, I want to say something real quick. Christina talked about the YouTube channel. I've always used this as a tool. There could be 20 people on it, 40 people, 2 people on it, just as spectate, just as people that are speaking. And I always say at the end of it, hey, make sure you share this to your own page. Make sure you share this to groups. Every time I do, I'm sharing it as the speakers are going on into motion picture groups everywhere. I usually average from 100 to 1,000 views of people. And I get people that reach out all the time, that in between, hey, you know what? I saw this YouTube thing you put on the motion picture page or on this page, and tell me about it. So it's a great tool. It is a great tool. And I just want to hit on Christina Potter. You can see her passion. Talk about a dip. We've seen this dip. We get to experience her dip and be part of it, and to see it, and to see her as a young lady, my daughter and her going to Romania together, see my daughter's view of her, where she lived, to see her passion, to see where she lived, that outhouse, her grandma.
Hey, let's not get into all that.
No, not in an assaulting way, but that's the culture. The culture was so beautiful, so beautiful. The culture of where this woman came from, and the love and support, but to see the passion when she comes over here, and to see what this woman does, and I've got to experience it. She's our first executive, so we just love her for stepping up and being who she is. And you know what? Since I'm on, I'll be your first person. I'll do it in 3 weeks.
All right. So here we. All right. So here we go. Nobody else gets to take over. I got to give the challenge because we're past, and I want to respect you guys, because I know that you're going to respect and really lean in and support this team like Christina has been doing. So here's what we've got. And you've got a pen and a paper, I'm sure you have a pen and paper in front of you. And this is what you're going to do with your pen and paper. You're going to write October, and you're going to write the 19th, and you're going to write Claire Boyer, because that's the guest that's speaking on Difference Maker. You're going to write October 26th, and we've got Yvette Cepeda and Stephanie Mazzella are going to be the speakers, the guests on Difference Maker Zoom. And now you're going to write November 2nd. And I need 2 of you to step up for November 2nd and make a commitment. 2 of you that maybe told your story tonight or told your story last week. Who's going to take November 2nd?
I think Jeff just took one slot.
Yeah, Jeff took one.
Okay, so we've got Monique and Janessa.
Monique and Jeff.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm easy.
Let's,
Okay.
So
let's
after 3
move
weeks,
him
I'm easy.
where, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do Monique and Janessa. You guys, I want you to know, I appreciate this, and I'm gonna say this. This is a commitment because it really sucks when Christina is calling me or calling Dana. I know that Dana has helped a lot. 2 hours before a difference maker Zoom goes off and says, hey, my person just canceled. That's not how we do business. We don't cancel. We don't cancel, right? We've got important Zooms, important meetings. We've got leaders that are stepping up, putting aside their time to do this. We don't cancel on them ever, unless like, you know, there's a huge emergency, somebody's in the hospital. So thank you for that commitment. I really, really, and I know Christina really appreciates this. Now we've got November 9th. Who wants to take November 9th? Oh, did I see Emily? Emily and Ruth. Perfect. Thank you. And Ruth. And then we've got November 16th. And we've got Super Sam. Perfect. Did I miss anybody else? I have 2 screens going here. So on the 16th.
Laura sent a chat. She'll do it.
Laura, perfect. All right, and then we've got the 23rd. 23rd. 30-second story from your heart. 23rd. 23rd would be what? The 23rd would be the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Wow, what a gift to give gratitude back. All right, nobody for the 23rd.
No, Donna
Oh.
just raised her hand. Donna,
Who did?
Dana,
Donna
and
and
Ruthie.
Dana.
Ruthie.
She's on the 9th. Thank you though for taking 2. That was awesome. But we're gonna do Dana and Donna on the 23rd. All right, and let's finish out the quarter strong. We have 4 Tuesdays left, December, and then we'll do this again in January because we really want to stack this. Now you might have some teammates that you want to reach out to do their story. You can message Christina and we can put them in, or she can put them in. We've got December 7th, we've got December 14th, we've got December 21st, and December 28th. I will take December 28th because that's my grandma's birthday, and my grandma passed away 19 years ago on October 7th, and I love, love, love my grandma, so I will take the 28th of
The 28th
December.
with you, if you need one
You do the 28th also?
with you, yeah.
Perfect. So Frankie and Debbie got the 28th of December. So now we're just missing people for the 7th, 14th, and the 21st. Does anybody want to speak up and take that? Kimberly, did I
Kimberly?
see your hand?
And Christina.
Okay. Which
I'll take
one,
any
guys?
day. That's my birthday month. Put me on any day.
Okay, give me a day. Give me which one?
7th.
7?
21st.
And you're the 21st, Christina?
Yeah, because I work my other job Tuesday nights. So that's why I was just waiting for you to say something that worked for me.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. And then Jeff, I'm going to put you in one of those. So you want to do the 14th?
Whatever, I don't. Ever. I'm
Okay.
good, whatever you do.
Okay. I need another person on the 7th and I need 2 people on the 14th. Ah, Andrea.
I knew
Which
she was
one?
going to raise her hand.
Which one, Andrea?
I guess it's been a year since I went. Which one do you need? The 7th?
I need one on the 7th. I need one on the 21st with Christina. Barber, and I need 2 on the 14th.
Let me do the 14th.
Okay, perfect.
Wait, Andrea, did you not sign up, Christina?
I told you that Elizabeth and her husband, that's who I messaged you about
No,
earlier today.
did you not sign up, Christina Barber?
I did. Do you want me to go on the same day?
I think you should go on the same day.
Yeah.
I think that would make it awesome.
I
So the
would think so
21st.
too.
Oh,
Okay,
fun.
perfect.
Okay. That sounds good. I'll take it.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Anybody else? We have 1 slot left on the 7th and 2 slots on the 14th.
And I have a message out to Elizabeth Sable, and she and her husband are considering it. She just needs
Perfect.
to ask him about dates.
Okay, so you can ask her for the 14th or the 7th.
Okay. And you don't need
That's
anybody
awesome.
this month?
And we are, do you need anybody else besides Claire on the 19th, or do you already have one of October?
The 19th. No, we can do the 19th, but there's a couple and they want to do it together, right?
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
She said that she can't go tomorrow, but she'll ask her husband. So I'm thinking
All
that's
right,
probably going to be
let's-
late notice
Let's
for
put her on.
him.
Let's put her on tomorrow because I only have one person for
No,
tomorrow, so we can do
So
that.
she can't, she said she
Oh, you
can't
only
do
have one
tomorrow,
person tomorrow.
but she's going to try to put her husband on the spot.
Okay. Frank.
So
where's
I
the
haven't
Frank?
heard back on that. We'll see.
Okay.
Frank's got something to say.
Just one quick thing. I'm willing to donate shirts that says I've done a difference maker's call. So that
Ooh.
anybody that does a call, I'm willing to send them a shirt.
Nice.
But it
Well,
gotta be a good call. That's the only thing. It
fine.
has to be a good call.
How about I was nominated as a difference maker?
That could, yeah, we have 2 sides. So whatever we want to put.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Nice. Nice.
that.
Kimberly?
Okay, so if you want to put the couple on the 7th, I can go with Claire because I signed Claire up. So
Perfect. Okay. So that, Andrea, then that gives them lots of time to go to December 7th. Which, is
Okay.
that good?
I'll let her know. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get back to Christina.
Okay. So Kimberly now has October 19th. I have a list. I'm going to say it again. This is a commitment, guys. This is a commitment. And this isn't to show myself off. But I can remember Jeff and I were asked to train on the team call early on, the Team Express team call. And it was early in the morning. And our son, Matt, had fell in the street of Hollywood and was very bloody, had a head injury, needed stitches, was in ER. And we stayed all night with him in ER. And the next morning, did the call.
I remember that call.
Yeah, we made the commitment. Because it's not just about business, it's about supporting the team. And when I say I will, I will. When I say I am going to do something, I do it. That's how business is. So if you're really serious about your business, this is a commitment. Please don't leave Christina and everybody else on the team hanging. You made the commitment to do this Zoom. I appreciate you, but please, please, please commit. That's what it's all about. And Christina, talk about committed. Been doing it for 1.5 years. No matter what. So I thank you, Christina, for your commitment to this team. And sometimes you guys, there's a couple people on. And like last week, I think there was 18 people on, which was great. Let's blow it up. Why? Because we can. We can. We can blow this team up. We can blow Isogenics up. But most importantly, we can change somebody's life. So let's go do that. Christina or Jeff, do you want to add anything?
I wanted to say something. When I said that there is no views on YouTube, that's different than the Facebook, guys. Okay. The views on Facebook are in the thousands. They're great. But I'm letting you know that there is there is a YouTube link. So if you don't want to share if someone's not on Facebook or you don't want to share it through Facebook, go to the YouTube channel. So I know that, you know, people show up for the Zoom and people share the Facebook Live, but there is a YouTube channel that has these recordings, these Zooms, and the Difference Maker Zoom. So it's the ISABEST, just search ISABEST U Team Express, and you'll find all of them on there. And thank you everyone for stepping up. I really appreciate you doing so. And I cannot wait to have you as guests and for your stories to inspire people and to hear. My favorite is when I get a call back, is like, because of this person you had on your call, this person signed up and their life is now changed. That is the best, guys. That is the best, because you nominated yourself or someone else. Somebody's life is going to be changed. And that's what we're here to do. So thank you. I appreciate you for showing up.
Yay. Thank
All
you,
right, guys.
Christina.
Thank you all. Thank you, Christina. Thank you all for staying over. This is the team. This is the team right here. You guys got grit. Every single one of you got grit. And we want to see every single one do duplication right now and go to Mexico. And we want to see everybody just stepping up and being a difference in somebody's life. No matter what level you want to play out, be a difference in somebody's life today and this week. All right, guys, let's unmute everybody. We're going to stream you
Unmute,
like
babies.
Anita. If you're not unmuted, unmute yourself.
Still live on the Facebook.
Okay.
All right.
And congratulations on your new difference maker hat, Yvette, the director in the house that is to be executive real quick. And
thank you.
And I want a t-shirt from Frankie. I'm
yeah,
excited about
Frankie's
the
gonna
Difference
send us
Maker
all flipping
t-shirt.
t-shirts.
Yeah.
Frankie's gonna cheer you on to the moon, hitting flipping executive. He's gonna be boom, boom, boom.
Let's go. Let's go. All
right,
Jeff.
guys, here we go. Let's
Come on,
unmute.
baby.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I said
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Buenas
Christina.
noches.
Thank you, everybody. 30-second stories were awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. God bless.
Bye.